Hey everyone, Al Fragnoli, John Burt, League of Leaders. I know everybody recognizes this beautiful face over here. We've had John on several times. John, we always love talking leadership with you. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Well, thank you, Al. Appreciate being on again.
Absolutely. You're a leadership coach, as everybody knows. If people don't know, John, you're a very successful leadership coach out there, really focusing hard on changing the world, making a difference with leaders in all industries out there. So we want to thank you for being a great human out there and making a strong impact in the leadership space. John, in some of the leadership coaching sessions that you've had the privilege and honor to do, you've really talked about three C's and something that you've kind of have identified that are critically important that all leaders must have. And this stems around character, confidence, and communication. Those are your three C's that you talk extensively about. Why don't you start first with character and really why it's so important for all leaders to be strong character individuals?
Yeah, Al, thanks for that. There are so many different elements that go into leadership, and of course, there's more than just the three C's. But I like to boil that down because I really do think that is the core, if you will, of what a good leadership is all about. The three C's are, as you mentioned, character, competence, and communication. Starting with character, a lot of what we talk about with the intelligent leadership, Al, is that inner core and having good character, right? That's the values and beliefs that you have, the elements that really are immutable in terms of your personality and your makeup. Whether or not you're a trustable person, you're a loyal person, whether or not you have good values as a person is really important, and it starts very very young when and probably having good mentors and good role models when you were younger that build that character up. Because when you're under pressure and things tend to go wrong or you're under a lot of stress, your real character, the real underlying internal value system that you have come out in the actions that you demonstrate to the team and the peers around you.
That is so true, John. I love that you mentioned that. As leaders, we're all going to experience stressful, difficult situations, no matter the work environment. And the higher we go up that chain, the more stress that sometimes can be presented to us. And character is that foundation that we really need to be able to fall back on, because your people are going to really be able to see through you if you don't have strong character skills. Thank you for chatting a little bit about character there. Why don't we talk next about competence a little bit and the importance behind this as a skill?
Yeah, I think with leaders, this is a challenging one in the sense that you need to have some level of competence in the work that you're doing. If you're an accountant or you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, whatever it is that you are good at, you need to be the expert in something. It doesn't necessarily need to be a specific area of leadership, but you need to be an expert at something. You need to have a reason why people are willing to follow you. So this dedicated practice required the actual not just casually listening to tapes of books on tape or something like that, but something where you're really studying to become an expert in a particular field goes a long way, both to prove that you can do it, but also to give you the confidence that you can learn and develop skills in lateral areas that are going to help you when you move up in leadership, where you're working across different once you move above that grade of being the individual contributor, you're actually working at a level where you may not be the expert in all areas, but you can quickly learn to become somewhat competent in those areas. But that having that competence in a particular area through that diligent practice is extremely important for leaders.
Yeah, you mentioned something there that I thought was very simple but very impactful, and it's a reason why people will follow you. You have to create that reason. That does start with competence when you think about it. And I love that you mentioned you don't need to be an expert in everything, but at least something there so that creates that reason for people to follow you. When you're not an expert in all areas, that's totally fine. You just surround yourself by an amazing supporting cast of
Mm.
strong leaders that excel in various areas that you might not excel in. but
Indeed.
having a competence in something is critically important. And I love that you shared that. Last one of your three C's here: communication, 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 communication. Critically
Absolutely.
important.
And maybe we should have started with communication, but I think for any good leader, right? A leader is somebody who inspires, right? And a leader is somebody who has an idea, a vision for what could be, and is able to inspire teams to get there. But in order to inspire people, you have to be able to communicate both with your words and your cadence, but also with the message that you're sending and how you send that message. So communication, the ability to get your point across, to be able to articulate your vision to people, is critically important to be able to inspire them to get them where you want them to go. Communication also includes gathering feedback. So it's not just you talking, but it's also listening, effective listening, and being able to pick up those cues where your message it may not be landing with individuals quite the way you think it is, and you're able to take that feedback and make those adjustments and to refine your message, to refine your vision in such a way that it becomes more inspiring and more impactful. So communication is critical for a leader. You don't have to be, a great public speaker. You don't have to be the type of person that likes to get up on stage all the time, but you need to be able to get your points across and communicate that message, that vision that you have in an impactful way.
John, you mentioned something here that I find very interesting. A lot of times I think we forget, when we think communication, we think that just means what we're saying, the message that we're relaying to others. But you talked about being able to listen to people's feedback. Listening is critically important. That is a part of communication. And leaders must possess a strong willingness and ability to listen and
Mhm.
understand feedback and implement change based on that feedback if there's something that needs to be changed. You talked about being able to articulate your vision. All leaders have to be able to articulate their vision to the entire team. If they don't, then you will fall into a trap of people potentially just going through the motions. And we certainly don't want that. But communication, critically important. John, you offered some amazing things here on your three C's: um, competence, character, communication. We love it. Like I said, I always love bringing you on and chatting leadership with you. So can't thank you enough for devoting some time to spread your word on leadership out there. Thanks, John.
No, thanks. Thanks a lot for the invitation, Al. It's always great to join you. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.